Why is China's new nuclear-powered aircraft carrier such a big deal? Let's take a closer look at how this development could reshape naval power, both in the region and around the world. China is building its first nuclear-powered aircraft carrier, and it marks one of the country's most ambitious steps at sea so far. Known as the Type 004, this ship is expected to be larger and more advanced than any carrier China has launched before, with new launch systems and far greater endurance. It signals a clear shift from regional operations toward long-term global presence and raises important questions about what comes next. What makes the Type 004 a major step forward? The defining feature of the Type 004 is not its size or aircraft capacity, but its move to nuclear propulsion. Unlike conventional power plants, nuclear reactors allow a carrier to remain at sea for years without refueling while producing vast amounts of electricity. This fundamentally changes how the ship can operate, especially as modern carriers increasingly rely on energy-hungry systems rather than mechanical power alone. Estimates suggest the Type 004 could displace between 110,000 and 120,000 tons, placing it among the largest ships ever built. A larger platform brings practical advantages. A wider and longer flight deck improves aircraft flow, reduces congestion, and supports safer launch and recovery cycles. It also enables greater flexibility when handling different aircraft types and mission profiles. The projected air wing further highlights the ship's ambitions. Reports point to a mix of J-15T Catapult-capable fighters and newer J-35 stealth aircraft, with a total complement potentially exceeding 90 planes. If realized, this would allow simultaneous support for heavy operations, advanced sensing, and longer-range missions, all from a single platform. Equally significant is the expected use of a full Catapult layout with electromagnetic launch systems. Compared to older launch methods, electromagnetic catapults offer smoother acceleration, finer control, and reduced stress on airframes. They also allow the launch of heavier support aircraft, which are essential for extended operations and situational awareness. Taken together, these features suggest the Type 004 is not merely an incremental improvement. It reflects a deliberate effort to design a carrier capable of sustained high-tempo operations over long distances. How the Type 004 fits into China's carrier evolution. The importance of the Type 004 becomes clearer when viewed as part of China's broader carrier development path. Over a relatively short period, China has progressed from operating an inherited design to producing increasingly advanced domestic carriers. Each platform has added new experience, new systems, and greater confidence. The Liaoning provided initial exposure to large-deck carrier operations. The Shandong refined those lessons through domestic construction and incremental improvements. The Fujian introduced electromagnetic launch technology, marking a transition toward modern carrier design standards. The Type 004 appears to build directly on that foundation by addressing endurance and power generation. China's rapid carrier development stands out for its speed and ambition. While most nations take decades to advance, China compresses generations into years. The Type 004's nuclear propulsion enables global reach and sustained operations. This reflects confidence in China's industrial and technical capacity. Success depends on evolving logistics, training, and support infrastructure. The challenges beneath the ambition. Despite its impressive design goals, the Type 004 faces challenges that cannot be solved through engineering alone. Nuclear propulsion brings unmatched endurance, but it also requires extensive operational experience. Reactor management, maintenance cycles, and safety procedures demand long-term institutional knowledge that develops over time, not simply through construction. One of the most demanding aspects is flight deck coordination. Large carriers rely on precise choreography between aircrews, deck personnel, and command teams. Efficient launch and recovery cycles require constant practice, adaptation, and refinement. These skills are accumulated through years of routine operations, not simulations or trials alone. Air-wing integration presents another hurdle. Sustaining aircraft availability depends on logistics planning, spare parts management, and maintenance expertise. High operational tempo places stress on both equipment and personnel, making experience a critical factor in long-duration deployments. Timelines also matter. Even if construction is underway, several years will pass before sea trials begin. Testing phases often reveal design adjustments that require time to resolve. Initial operational status does not equate to full effectiveness, especially for first-of-class vessels. Finally, a nuclear carrier must operate within a broader support framework. Escort ships, resupply vessels, trained crews, and port access all influence how effectively the carrier can function. Developing this ecosystem is as important as completing the ship itself. These challenges do not undermine the significance of the Type 004. Instead, they highlight the difference between ambition and sustained capability, a gap that can only be closed through time and experience. The Type 004 represents a clear statement of China's maritime direction. It signals a move toward longer endurance, higher energy capacity, and more flexible carrier operations. On paper, the design places it among the world's most ambitious naval platforms. In practice, its ultimate impact will depend on how successfully experience, training, and support systems mature alongside it. Whether the Type 004 becomes a transformational asset or a learning milestone, it marks an important shift in scale and intent. The next decade will reveal how design ambition translates into real-world performance. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates on space exploration and scientific discoveries, and don't forget to leave a comment below. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.